Hi there, I'm Erin with Five Parks Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for class today. Today's class is going to be an energizing flow to start your morning off on the right foot. And of course, you can practice this class any time of the day if you want a little energy boost and something positive and uplifting for your day, your afternoon, your evening, whenever that is needed. I'd like to extend a thank you to my YouTube subscribers and members and my Patreon supporters. Thank you all for your support. And hello to all of you out there who are attending my retreat in just a month from today. Cannot wait to see you here in Costa Rica. We are going to be focusing on gratitude today throughout our practice. So I will be cueing you to focus on moments of gratitude in your body, your breath, and your mind. And we will be starting today on our backs. So go ahead and lay down if you're not already. Bring your legs into a Savasana shape, extended straight out in front of you with your feet falling open, or you can bring the soles of your feet together into a butterfly position, getting a nice inner thigh stretch, a low back stretch as well. Place your hands either on your body, maybe one on your chest, one on your belly, or you can rest your arms alongside your body with your palms facing up and your fingers relaxed. So choosing a position that's comfortable for you as we begin to focus on our breathing. So let's begin with your eyes open or closed, your choice, by taking a deep inhale through your nose, holding it at the top, and letting it go through your mouth. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose, lengthening each inhale and each exhale as you settle into your space. As your breath flows in and out and pauses, notice the rhythm of it. Listen to the sound of it and begin to pour one breath into the other. The inhale into the exhale into the inhale. The inhale into the exhale into the inhale. Breathe in your breath, expansive and vast. Breathe out your breath, steady and strong. Your breath flows in, filling and filling, and then it surrenders and flows out again, emptying and emptying. Be here in this rhythm. How does it feel to be full of gratitude? Think back to one moment, maybe the biggest moment you ever felt full of joy and gratitude. Bring that memory and then that feeling into your body. Feel it flooding your body with energy and joy. Let's take 3 more breaths here on our back in this position. Continue with your deep breathing as we begin to move the body for a nice warm up here. If your legs are in butterfly pose, extend your left leg long on your mat. And then all of us, let's pull our right knee into our chest, interlace your fingers around your right knee, draw your right knee off to the right, up toward your shoulder, and flex both feet back toward both knees as you draw your elbows in and down toward your mat, keeping your shoulders and your hips flat. As you exhale, draw your knee a little bit closer to your shoulder. Relax the grip on your right knee, bring your right leg towards center, extend your right foot up toward the ceiling. Hold on to the back of your right thigh, point and flex your right foot. Draw circles in one direction. Draw circles in the opposite direction. Begin to walk your hands up the back of your right leg. Lift your shoulders up off of your mat. Look toward your left toes. Now draw your right knee a little bit closer towards your face. Lift your left foot up off the floor. Extend your arms forward, reaching toward your left toes. And then hold here for 3 and 2 and 1. Release your left foot to the floor. Bend your right leg. Pull it loosely into your chest. And then bring it across your body to the left. Extend your right arm to the right, either goalpost or capital T. Look toward your right fingertips or elbow. Breathe in. Big exhale here. And then come back to center. Keep your right knee where it is. Draw your left knee in to meet your right. Bring your toes and heels and knees side by side. You can take a nice tight squeeze by reaching opposite hand toward opposite wrist or opposite hand toward opposite elbow. Keep your left knee where it is. Extend your right leg long on the floor. Interlace your fingers around your left knee. Draw your left knee to the left and up toward your left shoulder. Flex all 10 toes back toward both knees. Draw your elbows in and down, compressing your left hip flexor. Relax the grip on your left knee. Bring your left knee back towards center and extend your left foot up toward the ceiling. Flex and point your left foot. Draw circles in one direction. Draw circles in the other direction. Bring your foot back to neutral. Walk your hands up the back of your left leg, lifting your shoulders up off of your mat. Drawing your knee toward your forehead. Maybe lifting your right foot up off the floor. Maybe extending your fingertips toward your right foot. Hold here for 3 and 2 and 1. Set your right foot back down on the floor and then draw your left knee loosely back into your chest and bring it across your body so your left knee comes to the right. Extend your left arm to the left, either in capital T position or goalpost, whatever is most comfortable for your chest and your shoulder. Look toward your left fingertips or left elbow. Breathe in and out. And then come back towards center. And now it's a loose squeeze on both knees, and you're gonna roll the length of your spine 3 times, 3 and 2, little spinal massage here, and 1. Now cross over your ankles and make your way to a tabletop position. And we're just gonna take our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips, and we're gonna take 3 rounds of cat and cow. So breathe in, drop your belly, lift through the crown of your head and your tailbone. As you breathe out, round your spine. Listen to the sound of your breath as you move back and forth from cat to cow. And we're gonna do 1 more round. So 1 of each. 1 cow and 1 cat. Come back to tabletop position. Tuck all 10 toes under. Lift your hips high and come into downward facing dog as your heels release back down towards your mat. Look back at the back of your mat. Your heels should be disappearing behind your toes. Check your fingers. Make sure that they're spread nice and wide so you can see mat between each finger. Now look back toward the back of your mat and just shake your head yes and no. Make sure that you have no tension in your neck here. Take 1 more breath in this first downward facing dog. Now look towards your hands, walk your feet to the front of your mat. On your next breath in, come to a halfway lift and hold. So you can have your hands on your shins. You can reach your fingertips toward the floor, or you can set your hands on blocks as long as your head is in line with your spine. So your back should be flat from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Now extend your arms off to the side. So they're capital T, your palms are facing down. Again, your head is still in line with your spine. And on your next breath in, you're just gonna rise up all the way to tall mountain. So reaching your arms up overhead Look up toward your fingertips, and then as you exhale, cactus your arms, opening up your chest and your throat. Inhale, rise up to tall mountain, and exhale, hinge from your hips, forward folding. Take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. Take your thumbs, place them on your toenails, and then just draw the crown of your head a little bit closer to the floor as you extend your elbows out to the side. So really active hamstring stretch here. You can bend your legs as much as is needed so you don't overstretch your hamstrings, but the focus is on the backs of the legs here. All right, on the next breath in, come up to a halfway lift, right where we were before, and then exhale, forward fold all the way back down. Plant your hands on the floor, step back to a high plank pose. For this first high plank pose, we're just gonna tap the knees on your mat, so building a little bit of heat in the core. So right, left, keep going. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to high plank with both legs straight. Remember, modification for high plank is knees on the floor. Now shift forward, lower all the way down onto your mat. On your next breath in, come up to low lift cobra. As you exhale, release your chest down to the floor. On your next breath in, come up to low lift cobra. Now lift your hands up off the mat. You're just gonna slide them forward. Place your forearms on the floor so that your hands are in line with your elbows. You're on your forearms. Your fingers are spread nice and wide. This is called Sphinx pose. So rise up through the crown of your head, and we're just gonna do a neck stretch here. Release your shoulders to your ears. So you're kind of hunching down. Bring your chin to your chest, and then gently rock side to side if your neck is healthy and this feels good. Otherwise, stay in tall Sphinx. Should feel this stretch all the way from your neck down to the base of your spine. All right, if you're rocking your head side to side, release your shoulders down, reach the crown of your head up so you're back in Sphinx pose. And from our Sphinx pose, we're gonna just bring our hands underneath our shoulders once again, tuck your toes under, press up to a high plank pose, and then back to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So wide-legged low lunge, release your left knee down to the floor. You have an option here to bend your left leg, reach your right hand around for your left foot, draw your left heel in. Otherwise, you're just keeping your left foot on the floor and taking your right hand to your right knee and just twisting here. Either way, you're getting a twist, whether you're holding your back leg or not. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, release your left foot to the floor. Release your right hand to the floor. As you breathe in, lift your back knee up off the floor and come into three-legged dog. Open your hip and bend your leg. Straighten your leg, level your hips. Exhale, this time step your right foot between your hands. As you inhale, begin to straighten your right leg for extended pyramid pose. On your next breath out, come back into a low lunge position. Keep your left hand on the floor or a block. Inhale, extend your right arm up. Exhale, release your right hand down towards your mat. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga if it's in your practice, elbows grazing your ribs. Inhale to cobra, low lift, high lift, or upward facing dog. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift your left leg high. As you exhale, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Release your right foot or your right knee down to the floor. And then you can bend your right leg, reach your left hand around and hold on to your right foot, drawing your right heel in. Or keep your right foot on the floor, Take your left hand to your left knee and twist, press it open. And gently release your right foot back to the floor if you're holding onto it. Bring your left hand back to the floor. Lift your right knee up and then extend back to three-legged dog. Open your hip and bend your leg. Straighten your leg, level out your hips, and bring your left foot between your hands. Begin to extend your left leg long for extended pyramid pose. Release your forehead towards your left knee. Draw your left hip back, your right hip forward so your two hips are in one line. And then exhale, release back to low lunge, keeping your hands planted on the floor. Extend your left arm up toward the ceiling, looking toward your left fingertips. Breathe in here. As you exhale, release your left hand back to your mat. Step back to high plank pose. And make your way back to downward facing dog. So if you're practicing chaturanga, shift forward, lower halfway down. Inhale to upward facing dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Before we move into a couple of rounds of sun salutations, take a moment and find a sense of gratitude, bringing your mind's eye to something else that you're grateful for this morning or this evening. And next time you take a breath in, come to the front of your mat. Let's move breath to movement. Forward fold as you exhale. Rise up to tall mountain as you inhale. And then right back standing forward fold as you exhale. Move with the pace of your breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or your variation. Inhale, upward facing dog. As you breathe out, press back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Look forward to the front of your mat. Come forward, forward fold as you breathe out. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. High plank as you breathe in. Chaturanga as you breathe out. Upward facing dog as you breathe in, and downward facing dog as you breathe out. One last round. Look toward your hands. Step, walk, or float forward. Standing forward fold. Tall mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. High plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Complete your exhale and let's continue to move into our standing postures. Lift your right leg high. Bring your right knee to your right elbow and tap. Three-legged dog, extend high. Bring your right knee to your left elbow and tap. Three-legged dog. Bring your right foot between both hands. Low lunge. Sweep your arms up to crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Circle your back arm down and around. Come back to crescent lunge, lifting your back heel up off of your mat, and then exhale back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Circle your arms down, plant them next to your right foot, step back, high plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Lift your left leg up. Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Tap it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Three-legged dog. Reach your left leg up and back. Exhale, bring your left knee to your right elbow. Tap it. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Extend your left leg up behind you. And then exhale, bring your left foot between both hands. As you inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Circle your back arm down and around. Inhale, crescent lunge. So you're lifting your back heel up. And then exhale, back to warrior two, planting your right heel down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Breathe in. And out. Let's keep on moving. Lift your right leg up. We're gonna tap that right elbow again. So right knee to right elbow, squeeze. Inhale, three-legged dog. Open your hip and bend your leg. If you want, you can flip your dog over, and it's just gonna be a quick tap. So bringing your right toes down to the floor, reaching back, and then come back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, standing splits. Step onto your right foot, lift your left leg high, look back toward the back of your mat. Inhale here, lift your heel a little bit higher, and then exhale, bring your left foot to meet your right. Sit your hips low. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, airplane chair. Reach your arms back, squeeze your triceps. Inhale, chair. Exhale, standing forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Step back, high plank, breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Let's keep moving. Lift your left leg up. Tap your left knee to your left elbow, squeeze. Three-legged dog, open your hip, bend your leg, maybe flip your dog. Just tap those left toes down, reach up and back, and then return to three-legged dog. On your next exhale, come to low lunge, placing your left foot between your hands. Rise up, crescent lunge, warrior two, crescent lunge, standing splits. Level your hips. Inhale, reach your heel a little bit higher. And exhale, standing forward fold. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, chair. Exhale, airplane chair. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Make your way back to downward facing dog. One full breath here. Lift your right leg high. Bring your right knee to your left elbow. And you're gonna sweep that knee across, up and over. Three-legged dog, or flip your dog. Tap, three-legged dog. And then ball and triangle. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left hand. Release your left heel down. Lift your left arm up. And then very gently, you're gonna release down to your seat. Legs are spread wide. Reach your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge from your hips and come into seated straddle split. So you can reach your hands toward your toes, release your elbows to the floor, or come up onto your fingertips and hold here. 2 more breaths. Complete your exhale. Take your right foot, slide it around to meet your left. Bend both legs. Place your feet flat on the floor and come up into reverse tabletop. So bring your hands to the floor, fingers point toward your heels, lift your hips up, open your chest, open your throat. And one more full breath here. As you exhale, lower back down to your mat. Lift your feet up off of your mat. Extend your fingers toward your toes for boat pose for 3 and 2 and 1. Roll back, roll forward, cross over your ankles, step or hop back, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward facing dog. Let's flow back to the front of our mats. So lift your right leg high, step forward, low lunge, crescent lunge, warrior 2. Breathe in, 5-pointed star. Breathe out, prayer squat. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior 2 to the front of your mat. Reverse. And low lunge. Step back, plank, making your way to down dog. You can skip your chaturanga if you choose. We'll meet back in downward facing dog for a full breath in and out. Lift your left leg high. Okay, nice fluid flow here. So bring your left knee to your right elbow. You know what we're doing now. 3-legged dog. Open your hip, bend your leg, flip your dog. 3-legged dog. Bring your left foot to the outside of your right hand. This is called fallen triangle. Release your right heel down to the floor. Lift your right arm up. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hips down to the floor. For seated straddle splits, you can have your hands behind you, sitting nice and upright, or you can reach your hands towards your feet, hinging from your hips as you forward fold, or you can have your elbows or arms on the floor. One more breath. And if you're forward folding, come all the way back upright. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Bend both legs. Place your feet flat on the floor. Take your hands by your hips for reverse tabletop. Lift your hips up. Hold for 3. Squeeze your glutes for 2. And 1. Lower down onto the floor. And then lift your feet up off the floor for boat. From boat, low boat. Extend long, keep your heels and your shoulders up off the mat. Inhale, boat. Low boat. Inhale, boat. Cross your ankles. Make your way back to high plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Complete your exhale here. We're gonna flow back to the front of our mat. Lift your left leg high. Step forward, low lunge. Crescent lunge is your breath in. Slight balance. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star. Exhale, squat. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior 2. Breathe in, stretch back, reverse warrior. Breathe out, low lunge. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Release your shins to the mat, bring your knees wide for extended child's pose. Bring your hips to your heels, walk your hands forward, rest your forehead on your mat. Listen to the sound of your breath. Take a moment in gratitude for your body. So bring to your mind's eye something that you appreciate about your body. Just noticing maybe the sweat, maybe the rhythm of your heart. Maybe the calm in your mind. Maybe the stretch in your low back. Maybe the strength in your chaturangas. Make your way back to downward facing dog. We're going to continue working with our standing postures and our flow, and then we're going to add on some balances as well. So starting from where we've been, lift your right leg up. Okay, right knee taps left elbow. We're going to swing that leg around, maybe flip your dog, or just a three-legged dog. Come back to three-legged dog, and then fall in triangle. Right foot to the outside of your left hand, plant your left heel down, lift your left arm up, and then sit down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold into seated straddle splits. Inhale, come up, bring your right foot to meet your left. Bring your feet in, plant them on the floor. Inhale, reverse tabletop. Exhale, sit. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat. Cross over your ankles. Step back, high plank. Maybe to down dog, maybe to chaturanga. Lift your right leg up. Step forward. Low lunge. Crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, airplane or warrior three. Inhale, standing staff, bringing your left leg through. Arms up, leg bent or straight. Exhale, airplane pose, sweeping your arms back, extending your leg back. Step back, airplane lunge, nice and light. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. And then exhale, warrior two to the front of your mat. Inhale, reverse, one more balancing posture. Exhale, half moon pose. Lift your right leg up off of your mat. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale, standing forward fold. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Extend your arms off to the side, capital T, just like we did at the beginning of class. Palms face down. Exhale here. Breathe in, bring your hands out in front of you. Connect the palms of your hands, and then bring them to heart center. Inhale, stand up with hands at prayer. Find a nice soft gaze out in front of you, or close your eyes. Feel the grounding in your feet. Feel the lift through the crown of your head. Take a moment in gratitude for this time and this space to feel your feet on the floor, to feel your breath flowing in and out, to feel your heart beating in your chest. Let's move into tree pose. So stand on your right foot. Bring your left foot to your calf or inner thigh. You can keep your hands at heart center, or you can reach them up, or any other arm variation is welcome here. Again, keeping that steady gaze. Feeling your grounded foot adjusting to hold you in this balance. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your left foot to meet your right. Rise up, tall mountain. Hinge from your hips, standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Let's do the other side. Lift your left leg high. All right, tap that left knee to the outside of your right elbow. Squeeze, sweep it up and over. Three-legged dog. Open your hip, bend your leg, maybe flip your dog. And then come back to three-legged dog. Step your left foot to the outside of your right hand for fallen triangle pose. Bring your right heel to the mat, lift your right arm up. Lower your sitting bones to the floor. Seated straddle splits, lift your arms up overhead. Hinge from your hips, reaching toward your feet, or resting your elbows on the floor, or you can stay upright. Come all the way back up on your breath in if you're forward folded, and then bring your left foot to meet your right. Bend both feet, or both legs, take your feet flat to the floor. Inhale, reverse tabletop. Exhale, lower your seat. Inhale, boat. Exhale, low boat. Inhale, boat, cross over your ankles. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a chaturanga. Alrighty, let's balance. Flowing back to the front of our mat. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, airplane or warrior three. Your next breath in, standing staff. Arms reach up overhead like tall mountain. Leg can be bent or straight. And then sweep your leg and your arms back, airplane pose. Find airplane pose first, and then release airplane lunge. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two, back to the front of your mat. In preparation for half moon pose, extend back to reverse warrior as you take a nice deep breath in, and then balance on your right foot. Stack your hips and your shoulders. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pause. Sweep your arms off to the side, capital T. Building some spinal strength here. Extend your arms forward, connect the palms of your hands. Bring your hands to your heart. Stand up. Mountain pose with hands at heart center. Just finding a moment of peace and calm in gratitude. Stand on our left foot now, balancing in tree pose, bringing your right foot to your calf or inner thigh. And hands can be resting at heart center, or you can reach them up, or any other arm position is welcome. Most importantly, find a place to gaze out in front of you on the floor, and then just notice your grounded foot and how it's making just minute or big adjustments to hold you in this balancing posture. Take one more breath in. As you breathe out, release to mountain pose. As you breathe in, sweep your arms up for tall mountain. Exhale, standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga if it's in your practice, or if you're not sick of it yet, we've done a lot of them. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift your right leg high. Make your way to half pigeon pose, bringing your right knee to your right wrist, your right toes to your left wrist. Extend nice and tall. And then exhale, release. Coming into sleeping pigeon pose. We're going to be here for 5 breaths, not the longest hold in the world, but settle in. Take note of your breath. And take note of any tension that you're holding onto in your body. Try to relax. Pigeon is an intense pose, but it's our goal to find ease in this posture, to really open up and loosen the hips. Complete your exhale. Come back up onto your hands. And then just sweep your left leg to the left. Bring your right sole of your foot to your left inner thigh. Bring your left hand to your right knee. And reach your right arm up and over toward your left toes. This is a side bend, so keep your shoulder in line, your right shoulder in line with your left. And release. And bring your left leg, bend it, bring your left knee toward your right heel. Bring your right hand out behind you. Lift your hips, lift your arm, and then look back. So if Wild Thing or Flipped Dog is not in your practice, this is a great way to practice the same pose just on the ground. So you're getting that hip opening, chest opening, and throat opening. So release and just plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. And let's do half pigeon on the other side. So lift your left leg up, bring your left knee toward your left wrist, your left toes toward your right wrist. Sit up nice and tall to begin with, stretching up through the crown of your head, and then releasing down into sleeping pigeon. Right, come back up onto your hands. Sweep your left leg around. The sole of your left foot is touching your right inner thigh. We're going to take that side bend. So bring your right hand to your left knee and then bring your left arm up and over, keeping your left shoulder stacked on top of your right shoulder so that the side of your body is open to the front. Release from your side bend. Bring your right knee to your left heel. So bending your right leg so your shin is on the floor. Left hand behind you. Take this back bend from the floor. So lift your hips up, reach your arm up, and then maybe look back and reach back. Breathe in. And exhale to release. Alrighty, bring your right sole of your foot, the right sole of your foot to meet the left sole of your foot for butterfly pose. Ground down through your sitting bones, bring your elbows to your knees, hinge forward. Gently press your elbows into your knees. If it's accessible to you, take your hands to your feet and then open your feet up like a book. Nice stretch for your ankles here. And you can even just massage the soles of your feet for just a second here. I like to bring my thumbs right below the balls of my foot and then just circle them around. Give it some nice pressure here and then just bring it to the middle of the sole of your foot. And then right above your heel, just massage here. And then bring the soles of your feet back together. Forward fold one more time. And release from your forward fold. Bring your knees back up so they're facing the ceiling. Soles of your feet flat to the floor, and then just lower down onto your back. Place your arms alongside your body, palms face down. Scoot your heels back towards your hips. Plant your heels firmly on the floor and lift your hips up for bridge pose. We're going to hold it for 5. And 2. And 1. Lower your hips down. Bring your knees in loosely. And release your knees to the right for a spinal twist. You can take your right hand on top of your left knee, extend your left arm to the left, and maybe look out over your left fingertips if that's comfortable for your neck. Your next breath in, bring your knees back through center. As you exhale, bring your knees to the left. Place your left hand on your right knee and extend your right arm to the right, palm face down. If it's comfortable on your neck, you can look to your right fingertips. Otherwise, keep your gaze up toward the ceiling. Bring your knees back to center. And then tight squeeze here. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Squeeze in tight like a little ball. Squeeze, 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 and release. Make your way to Savasana. Any other postures you'd like to take on the way? Go for it. Extend your legs long. When you're ready, let your feet fall open. You can rest your arms alongside your body with your palms face up. Fingers are relaxed, toes are relaxed. Close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it. Release it through your mouth. Relax your lips. Relax your jaw. Bring all of your awareness to your face. Make sure you're not crinkling your forehead, clenching your teeth. Just move back into the natural rhythm of your breath. Not really paying any attention to your inhales or your exhales, just letting it flow naturally. Come into this restorative posture. And then come back to the beginning of your class. Bring your mind's eye to that greatest moment of gratitude. How does that feeling of gratitude settle in your body? Is it a sense of joy? Is it a sense of energy? Is it a sense of peace or calm? Or maybe a little bit of all of it. And today or this evening, you can just draw that moment of gratitude back into your mind's eye at any point. Even in a hard or uncomfortable moment, what can you be grateful for in that moment that brings that sense of joy, ease, calm, peace, energy? Please continue to rest in Savasana if you have the time for it. Otherwise, you can join me in releasing from Savasana by bringing your feet together, reaching your arms up overhead, breathing deeply in. Full body stretch from your fingertips down to your toes, and then you can roll onto one side or the other, cradling your head and your arm. Take one more breath here. And then make your way up to seated. Bring your hands to heart center. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, peace and gratitude in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste.